Hi, everybody. Welcome to the Knit Chat Cafe. My name's Noelle.
I'm Kelly.
And we're coming to you from Southwestern Ontario. This is the Knit Chat Cafe, but we are a knitting podcast. That's right. We say Southwestern Ontario, but there is Ontario and Ontario in other places. So we should say we are in Canada.
Yes.
So
Canada.
Yeah, and we're coming to you from a very, very hot day today.
Smoking hot.
It was smoking hot. It was but it was a heat alert day.
It was. And it's still a poor weather alert day because of the smoke that we have in the air still.
Well, is it still smoke? Because I wondered, because like I sat outside for a little while this morning and it got too hot, but like my eyes just watered constantly.
Mm-hmm.
Is that the smoke?
Well, it could be, but there's also pollens in the air right now too.
Anyways, like I just was like, it was painful. But anyway.
But you persevered. You knit through it, right?
I did knit through it. I kept blinking my eyes to see my pattern, but I did knit through it. So anyway, we are a mostly knitting podcast. Actually, we're the podcast Knits and Pieces. We say this is the Knit Chat Cafe, and it is, but our actual podcast name is Knits and Pieces. So we're here for our Tuesday evening coffee shop get together, to see what we're working on and what we're doing and, what's happening in our knitting life. So
before we get too far in, can everybody see and hear us okay? We always have to do that, do a little check. And also, I want to say hi to my mom. My mom says to me every week when I chat with her, she says that she tunes in always at the beginning of the show because she says she wants to see her daughter, but she doesn't always follow through for the entire event. So hi, Mom.
Yeah. Yep.
Just going to get that out. And also it's the 4th of July, which for all of our American friends, this is a pretty big day for you. So if you're taking time off to go and do some other things today, we totally understand. No hard feelings.
We had our holiday on Saturday and I had a full house. So, because we have a local parade that's actually kind of down at the end of our street. So we have lots of people that come over to park in our driveway, like family. And then so we had a barbecue after, and it was a perfect day for swimming in the pool. But boy, it's exhausting. These holidays are exhausting. So anyway, so
now we have lots of people saying hi to my mom. That's very kind.
Yeah. Maybe she'll watch longer now.
Maybe she'll watch longer. Yeah. Her name's Betty. So we're actually going to see fireworks tonight because we're in the little town that I live in, and I'm outside of Sarnia. Noelle is in Sarnia. We actually live on the river, and the river is what separates Canada from the United States. And there is a little town across from our little town, and they have an amazing fireworks display. Dare I say, better than Sarnia. Sorry about that, but it really is. It's a spectacular show. So we go down to that each year, and also it's very nice because we can just walk down and grab a little spot to sit in the park and watch the fireworks, and then just walk on home. So,
being where I live, and I live near the bridge that we knit under.
That's right.
So, and the bridge goes across to the state. So it's right where the border is. So we actually oftentimes can even just sit in our backyard and we can see lots of fireworks just because we're that close to the border. So that's kind of nice.
Yes. And also now I've lost the comment. I should have.
Are you talking about Christine?
Yes, I was talking about
Christine. Saw that Christine had broken her arm today going to a yarn store. That's even worse, I think. So Christine, we're sending you
insult to injury.
That's right. We're sending you healing vibes and hope that everything clears up quickly, and that hopefully, and even if you can't knit at the mini meetup, hopefully you can still attend it. And maybe you can work out something, even if your arm's in a cast, with a different type of knitting where you can figure out how to do something.
Or maybe some crocheting. I don't know if that would work.
I don't know if you could still Portuguese purl, because you really only kind of use one hand. So, but anyways, we hope that everything heals quickly, because I have thought of that before, and I honestly do not know what I would do if I couldn't knit, because it's like, when I'm happy, I'm knit. When I'm sad, I'm knit. It's just like, it's like a calming influence.
Nobody would be having around you if you couldn't knit. Let's just say that, okay?
No.
So hopefully you heal very quickly, Christine. And also, it's a poor time of year to have a cast on. I'm sorry, you're in Illinois, so your weather is similar to ours, and that's warm. That's really warm. Scylla is chiming in, and I'm pretty sure Scylla is in Iceland? Norway.
Oh, maybe Iceland. It's Norway or Iceland. I don't know. Scylla, let us know. I know
it's a cooler country. She said they had 2 days of summer last week, and now it's cold again. So, well,
Marianne from Manitoba said it was a cool day in Manitoba today. So
it
was not a cool day here today. That is for sure. So, but okay. So what should we start with? Admin?
We could do that. Absolutely.
Okay. Well, maybe we'll start with, not a question, and I will show this later in WIPs, but I did have someone that commented about, did I ever finish my Paul Clay sweater? No.
No.
But I pulled it out because I thought I really need to get back to that. And I looked at it, and I started in November. And since it wasn't done by, being able to wear it, I kind of set it aside. But as you'll see when we go through WIPs here today, I have a lot of WIPs that I've gotten because I'm so into the yoke that I've gotten the yoke done and then just have to finish the sweater. So when I go away this week, that's what I plan on taking with me.
Is this going to be Noelle's walk of shame here tonight?
I think it is.
Front row seat. This girl right here.
I think it is. So, and then another comment. Oh, plus I did have some messages for some viewers that let me know. They sent me some links, and I will put it in the show notes. Sent me links to how, when you're looking at translations, how some of the words in different languages translate to knitting terminology in English because of the pattern that I was working on. So that was quite interesting. It would tell you what the word is in a foreign language to you and what that actually means in English. Because sometimes we know that even when you use the translate feature, it doesn't necessarily translate everything into terms that you can understand. Yes. So that was helpful.
Well, that's like everything else. There are certain things that are always lost in translation. There are just some things that don't translate. There isn't a word for it.
Yeah. So, and then another viewer had asked if I thought it would be easy to change a round neck cardigan to a V-neck cardigan. Okay. I don't think I have ever done that. I think it all depends on a lot of things. It depends on the round neck cardigan that you're working from. It depends on how deep of a V you want.
Mm-hmm.
Do you want the V to go right out? Do you want it just to be here? Do you want it to end here? Do you want it to be a V that goes down like this? So there's quite a lot of variables in there. What I would probably do if I was going to do that, if it was a round neck cardigan, I would probably find a cardigan in the same weight that had the type of V that I wanted.
And I'm thinking Tin Can Knits.
Possibly, yep. And
because then they have the patterns for the basic sweater shapes, and then see if you can migrate that yoke into that or not.
Yeah, but that is probably what I would do. I would look at that and see whether or not there was something that was similar. And then again, it all depends on, is the cardigan that you're knitting, is it plain? Does it have a pattern in it? Because if you're talking pattern, then you're talking about repeats, right? And how your increases or decreases are going to fit into those repeats. Mm-hmm. So I haven't done it. I mean, I don't think it would be really difficult, but I would definitely have to sit down and do some work before I started the sweater.
Be some serious knitting math there.
Yes. Yep.
Jana says that the Corin cardigan, which our friend Julia made by Crayabea, has options to do either shape. You can do a V-neck or a round neck. So I don't know if that's a sweater you might be interested in. I'm just laughing at the comments. Glenda is watching.
Hi,
her
Glenda.
Husband's beside her in bed sleeping. It's funny.
Anyway. Okay. So those were, I'm sorry, I didn't get to a lot of the comments this week. There was a lot of them, and we were busy on the weekend with it being Canada Day weekend and having company. And those are kind of just ones that I saw that were emailed to me, which if you're going to ask me a question, it's probably best in the email, because then I do go and check that. And if there's any question in those, we try to address it on the podcast.
Mm-hmm.
So that's probably a better way. Like I'm not the best person when it comes to Instagram or even ask some of my kids. It takes me a long time to get back to some things.
Yes.
And I don't know about you, but I didn't grow up with having a phone. So I forget mine half the time. So
I don't forget my phone.
It's a little better now because I've got the watch.
Right.
But anyway.
So this on the screen now, I've got our email address.
Yes.
So if you have questions, this really is the best place to address it.
Yeah.
Noelle does check this quite regularly.
Check it a little more often than I do my Instagram.
And if it's something directed at me, she forwards that along. Yeah. And so it's.
But if it's a question, most likely I leave it till the podcast and we discuss it on the podcast.
Yes. So. And this is the easiest place for us to culminate everything into one spot. So the email is the preferred method of contact.
Well, there, my wonderful knitting life says, sometimes I forget my phone on purpose. And you know what? Like sometimes you just want to be
unplugged.
Disconnected.
Yeah. Unplugged. Yes.
So,
it's like during this, I use my phone to record this, but I have the focus turned on so that I am completely unplugged. Nobody is going to interrupt that.
Well, and I did that, but I used Ross's phone and I did that one time and it still rang. The phone still rang.
It must have been a person that was on your emergency list because they will still get through no matter what.
Okay.
Okay. So we have a boatload of things to give away tonight. There really is. There's quite a few things, but
we do.
Before we do the giveaway, let's do this. Let's work on some things. Let's do a tandem because we have a lot of stuff tonight. Okay. So firstly,
we have my walk of shame to get to.
It might take a while. Yes. So today, July 4th, is also our friend Mary's birthday. Mary is on.
Happy birthday, Mary.
Happy Mary. Mary is always waving. She's on here as Mary's Corner. And today on Mary's birthday, she released a sock pattern. And it is.
Here, I'll look for that.
Okay. It is called Hot Toddy Socks.
Okay.
What are you looking for?
I know. I'm looking for the picture.
Okay. The picture is in there. Okay. Now find the banner.
Okay. I'll find the banner.
So there we go. These are the socks. It looks like it is a rib, but it's not. It's kind of like that broken rib. Has a really nice texture on the foot. So that's going to hug your foot really nicely. And then she has this fun little motif of the hot toddies and the steam going up the leg. So very cute. And Mary has very kindly given up a pattern for some lucky winner to get tonight. And we're going to do the Streamyard tool. Let me just... Oh, well, hang on a second. I have to set it up now. I thought I had it set up. I'm not entirely ready.
Anyway, and if you look on there are some different versions of it. If you look at Ravelry, and I know Marianne, who's on here, Marianne has knit them. I think she test knit them for Mary.
Mm-hmm. So I'm just going to create a banner because we're going to let this roll for a little while because as I said, we've got a lot to get through tonight. So I'm going to create a banner that says #cozy. All right. So if you're interested in this pattern, you can type in #cozy for a while. We're going to let it roll for a while and we will carry on. Okay. Now do that.
Yeah. So they're kind of like neat because you have different things going on in them. So you can, you've got your rib at the top, then you've got a little bit of color work, and then there's a texture pattern that goes through the leg and into the foot. So, keep you interested, not a plain vanilla sock. So, and it's probably a good sock for someone that's just hasn't done much color work in socks because you've only got a little bit around the top. So you don't have to carry color work through the whole sock. So
very good.
Okay. So we'll let that run and we'll go on and
we've got some prizes.
Some of the other prizes. Yeah.
Yes.
So, okay. So we had, it was the end of June. So at the end of June, we have our sock along for the month of June. And then we've also got the second quarter of the stash. No, smash your stash, Cal.
Smash that stash, yes.
Or smash that stash. But anyway, so we have some prizes for those. So we'll do the socks first. So every month for the socks, we do both a pattern prize, which is donated by Natalie from Remembrances Pottery. And then we also do a sock yarn prize. So let's see here. Okay, so we'll do the pattern winner first. Okay, so the sock pattern winner is Crafting in Texas, and her name is Kelly. And I think those socks kind of look
name.
like, yeah, those socks. I think I didn't go in and check, but I think they look like the heel toe do-si-do socks.
They do. Yes, they do.
Yes. Yep. Anyway, very nice socks. Looks like a nice self-striping pattern. So for Kelly, you win a pattern of your choice of Natalie's patterns, and we'll give you the information on how to contact us when we've gone through the prizes. Mm-hmm. And then Kelly, do you want to show us? We'll do the sock yarn next, but yes. You'll show us what the sock yarn prize is.
So we have some gorgeous sock yarn. We always do sock yarn specifically. Makes sense, right? Mm-hmm. So this is the Lush Fingering Base from Ginger Snap. And I thought this was a beautiful summer color. Yep. This reminds me
of hydrangeas.
I was thinking that, or hollyhocks, those really blue hollyhocks. Just gorgeous. And this is the Lush Fingering. It's a 75-25 merino nylon. So it's very, very soft, very squishy. And this colorway is called Thrive, which is what we all hope our gardens are doing right now.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Right? Yeah. Lots of water. So this is the prize. And this was donated to us by Kim and Colin of Ginger Snap. Very kind.
Okay. So our sock yarn winner for this month is De Ketchum, and her first name is Diane. So that's like I looked at that pattern. It's a really interesting pattern. It's kind of like I'm not sure whether it's mosaic.
It does look like mosaic. Yeah.
And then because then across the bottom of the foot, it just looks like the stripes, right? Whereas the top part looks like you're carrying both colors, but then switching out your colors, your background and your foreground. So they look, yeah, it looks really neat. So that is Diane, and she is our sock yarn winner for June.
Congratulations. Congratulations. Okay.
Okay. And then because this was the end of the second quarter, we also do a prize for that Smash That Stash, and Kelly's got the prize for that.
So we're not going to add
there are lots of entries in there. It's amazing. There's lots of people using up things from their stash. I think everybody except me and Kelly.
Hey, I'm using up stash. I'm also adding to stash, but I am using it. I'm not making any serious dent or anything, but I am using it. So we have a beautiful sandy bag to give away. It's monogrammed, says Knits and Pieces. And there are such clever sayings on here. Knitter's gonna knit. Time to unwind. Grow where you are planted. Never not knitting. I mean, this is a great bag. Her bags are fantastic. They're huge.
They are.
It's hard to get the whole thing in the screen. Yeah, and they're beautifully lined. And she puts this is like a vinyl bottom, so easily wipeable. You know, when we have to put them down in not so pleasant places. And then there's a zippered pocket inside as well as a pocket on the outside. So lots of places to store all your knitting goodies. And this is the prize for the second quarter of Smash Your Stash. Okay. So
the winner for that, Smash That Stash, is Maple Tree Lane 67, and that is Kim. And she made a really cute hat. And I believe that Kim is from Australia. So it makes sense that you have a hat now because they're in the middle of winter right now, whereas we're in the middle of summer. So
yes. Or she's just getting ahead on her gift knitting.
Anyway, so that was Maple Tree Lane 67, and that's Kim for the Smash That Stash.
Okay.
Now we have one more prize.
I was just going to show the grand prize that we have for the Smash That Stash before we leave that.
Okay.
So this is, if you put an entry into all 4 quarters, we're going to do a grand prize winner for the Smash That Stash. And the grand prize is the roll top bag by Delacue. And this is an absolutely beautiful bag. It's got so many like things going on here. This hooks down in here, so you can roll the top down. It has beautiful canvas shoulder strap. It has the nice pad to keep your shoulder protected, because you know our knitting can be heavy. And there's all
lots
sorts
of inside pockets, outside pockets.
Lots. And this is a waxed canvas. All kinds of pockets. Whoops. Could you try again? Just when I say nobody's going to bother me, Siri's trying to listen to me. Sorry about that. So all kinds of things in here. This is a beautiful bag, even a zippered pouch on the back. So if you've been knitting along on your stash and so far you've gotten 2 entries in, keep it up, because you might be drawn for this.
That's right. So that will be the end of the year. It will be for anybody that's entered a project in the Smash That Stash for all of the 4 quarters. We will draw from those to see who wins that bag. Okay, so for one other giveaway that we had going on was from last week, and we had given away a Sandy bag during the podcast, but then we also had one set aside for people that watch after. And
the modern bag.
Pardon me?
The modern bag. We gave away the vintage bag.
That's right. Okay.
This is so much fun for summer too. I love these colors.
It is. It is. And it's, you know what, like sometimes when you go knitting, you don't just want to take a little bag, because you never know what you might want to knit on. You might have a lot of whips.
You might.
Okay. So the winner of that is Sherry Oram. And Sherry said that all of her knitting is summer knitting, because we asked about what you were knitting for summer, or, you know, like what was a knit that you had on your needles. And she said all of her knitting is summer needles. And I agree with you, Sherry, because it doesn't matter what time of year it is. I tend to knit what I want to knit and not necessarily what's weather specific. So all of my knitting is anytime knitting, anywhere. So congratulations, Sherry. And congratulations to all of our winners. And so you can contact us through the website, which is knitsandpiecespodcast@gmail.com. For anybody that won a prize that we have to mail to you, we need your full name and your mailing address. And for anybody that's got a pattern, if you've got Ravelry, we need your Ravelry ID, and we will send you the appropriate code to pick your pattern from Ravelry.
Yes. We will never notify you. You need to notify us.
You need to notify us.
We're not getting caught up in that spammy wheel. No, sir.
No.
Okay.
So why don't we talk about what we're wearing, and then after we do that, we'll go in and we'll draw for Mary's sock.
Okay. Or I was going to say, why don't we just wrap up all the giveaways now?
Okay. Well, why don't we do that? Okay. So one last little 10-second thing. If you're interested in knitting Mary's pattern, just type in the phrase hashtag cozy, and we're going to draw for that pattern. So
nothing says cozy like a hot toddy.
No, I know.
That's the thing. My mom
even could be like hot coffee, right? Like there's lots of fancy coffees now that.
Yep, absolutely.
Then you can have your little hot drink anytime instead of just in the evening. I guess you can have a hot toddy earlier. Okay.
I'm going to hit the draw button.
Okay. Okay, Anne Crawford. Congratulations to Anne Crawford. Okay, so Anne, you are going to get a copy of Mary's pattern. So I'm not sure, Mary, do you want her to send us the info, and then we can pass it along to you if she sends us her Ravelry ID or maybe her email, and we could pass that along?
It's probably better to reach out to us, and then we can forward that to Mary directly on Ravelry. Okay.
Yep.
All right. So thank you, everybody, for playing along. And
it's fun.
Thank you, Mary, for donating the pattern.
Yeah, thanks, Mary.
It is fun giving away stuff. Now I've got lots of mail to get ready.
Pardon me?
Now I have lots of mail to get ready.
Yes. It is fun. It is fun giving away stuff, though. So.
Why does the sweater
Okay.
keep going to one side? It just keeps doing it. It's not like I'm moving.
So we haven't even talked about knitting yet, really. Well, we have
No.
talked about knitting, but not anything that we've knit. So, okay, so we should
Let's talk about what we're wearing.
Okay.
Because we had a lot of very nice comments at the beginning about what we're wearing. So let's tell everybody what it is.
Okay, so I am wearing the Lexa, and it is a pattern by, let me just find the banner here.
I'll look.
Okay, you look. It is a pattern by, you're gonna have to bring it up because I can't pronounce it. Hannah Marciuska. Hannah Marciuska.
Maciuska.
Okay. Anyway, this is the Lexa. This is, I'll just give you a little view of it here. It's just a little summer tee. I've knitted in the Diamond Luxury Pima Lino lace, and the lace weight yarn is quite thin. So this is with 2 strands held together to get a fingering weight. And the yarn is a blend of cotton and linen. And I think the cotton in it makes it a lot easier to knit with than just a plain
linen.
Just a plain linen yarn, because I find plain linen, for me, I find it hard on my hands to knit with.
Mm-hmm.
It's super easy top to wear. It washes nice. It's quite cool. It's just got a little border around the bottom. It's got a detail that goes down. I don't know if you can see it. I'll turn the wrong way. You can't really see it, but it does have a little detail that goes down the side. It was fun to knit, and it's like perfect for this weather. Not sure though, even though wool's supposed to be cooling, I'm not sure I could have worn anything with wool in it on a day like today.
No.
So, but this was okay. I was outside a little earlier, and it was fine. So.
Okay.
I
am wearing.
Okay, I'll look.
Okay, I'm wearing the Cloud 9 Tee by Andrea Yatman, and this is in the Barocco Chai yarn, which is a DK, and it's a linen and silk blend. So again, it's perfect for wearing today. And the colorway was Tomatillo, and I love this color. I actually wear this sweater quite a bit. Today I have it on just with a skirt, and I have to say, though, I did not enjoy knitting with the yarn. The yarn, because it is linen and silk, there's no softer cotton, no merino. Mm-hmm. I did find that it was really hard on my hands, but I powered through. And then after it got washed, now the fabric is exactly something that I love. And
and I think that's the thing with linen too. Like, even though it feels like that when you're working with it, like, once you've had that garment for a while and put it through the wash a couple of times, the fibers really do soften up, and it feels amazing if you can just power through the knitting of it.
Through the knitting. The knitting is not the most pleasurable thing. I know some people have even said, "Oh, well, could you wash the yarn first?" But I don't really recommend that you do that.
And it took quite a lot. It takes quite a few times. It's not just once that you do it and it softens up. Like, it does take a while. And I think the wearing of it helps it soften up too, not just the washing.
Yes.
Because sometimes you put on something linen and it feels a little stiff to start with. And then as the day goes on, the fabric really kind of loosens up a bit. So.
So, but I do really like it, and I wear it quite a bit in the summer. And today, being such a hot day, it was a perfect day for it.
Yeah.
And so when I signed in here tonight, and Noelle, so I'm like, okay, well, once again, what's the same? Lace. What's different? Yes, we both have lace across. Mine is going down, yours is going horizontal, but the blend is similar. I have linen silk. Yours, you said, was linen cotton. And the construction is kind of similar, although I've got this, I'll go the other way. It's got this interesting like 3-needle bind off, which creates this little seam down the side that I really like. That's probably one of my favorite things. I'm always a little uncomfortable with what I should do with the front to wear it. So generally I will wear it over top of a dress. But as I said, today is warm, so I wanted to wear it right next to skin. So I put on the nude colored bra underneath it, but I feel that I'm completely covered. But
you worry about that more than I do. I don't worry about that. I'm like, whatever. That's not like you don't have a bra on.
I know, but
And
it's
even
like
if you
so
wanted to not
obvious.
wear a bra, so what?
Well, okay.
Okay.
We'll leave
Move
it at
on.
that. We'll move on. Let's just move on from that.
Okay. So, Kelly, did you finish anything?
I did. My gosh, we're there already. I thought, wow. Okay, just a second. I'm just recording this for timestamps. FOs. I finished my cravat. I just wanted to see what Sarah has to say first. Sarah said she's going to make a rocket tee with the Leo and Roxy linen
linen
silk.
silk. Yep, that'll be nice.
Today she ripped out the top that she made with it last year. Oh dear. Oh. Okay. Well, today's a good day for ripping out too.
You know what? If you're not happy with something and you're not wearing it, rip it out and reuse the yarn.
It's not free generally, or it's not cheap. And so if you've bought something that you are happy with, then you should be happy with the finished project. Yep. Yeah, absolutely. So I finished my cravat sweater. I love it. I love it. It's so pretty. So this is actually made in the Cicero by Malabrigo. So it is linen as well, but it is linen. No.
There's silk. There's silk in it.
Mulberry silk, flax, which is a type of linen, and then merino. So the merino is what keeps this so soft. And when I say soft, I mean sweatshirt workable soft. I absolutely love this sweater. Now I haven't blocked it yet. I did kind of like just a little spray block, and I was planning to wear this tonight, but honestly, it's just, this up here is a little thick. So things I did a little differently. And this pattern, I said it's the cravat, and it is, whoops, wrong place. We got to clean up some of these banners. Do I not even have it in there? I don't see it. Okay, well, it's the cravat by Caitlin Hunter or Boylan Knitworks. So things that I love about it is this little bit of color work, and then there are these baubles. I'm not a huge bauble fan, but I really like this method that I've been using for baubles. So you get just little baubles, bobettes, I like to call them, little bobettes, and they don't really stick out that far from the sweater. So that's why I really like them. The sweater weight is a DK, and this was some of the most enjoyable yarn that I've worked with in a while. And then there's another row of baubles in here, separated by lace work. Now, places that I didn't put the baubles, I'll just flip it over upside down because it's easier to handle. There were supposed to be baubles in the body. They would go, let me see if I can do it this way. They would go right in here, like in each one of these. I didn't really want the baubles in there, only for a few reasons. This yarn is quite dark, and I didn't really think that the baubles were going to show. And also, I didn't like the idea of little baubles like around my body. To me, it did kind of feel then like nipples sticking out from a sweater. But where I did keep the baubles was on the hemline. There's another set. I didn't do 4. I only did 3, but get in there where I need to be, like right here. Gosh, this is hard to do. There, right in there.
The little cluster thing. Yep.
Yeah, the little cluster kind of look like grapes. And then the other thing that I changed up, I did a twisted rib in the bottom of my sweater. You probably did in yours too, did you?
I very rarely, if I'm doing knit one, purl one rib, it's very rarely not twisted rib.
Yes. So I used a twisted rib because I thought it just added a little bit of definition to the hemline. And I
just like the way twisted rib looks better.
I do too.
It looks neater and tidier, I think.
I had put twisted rib in the neckline, even though the pattern didn't call for it. So and then I did that at the sleeves as well. So then what I generally what I start with at the neckline is how I want the sweater to finish at the bottom. And I made the size 4, but I did an extra row, even though I wanted this to be quite cropped, and it is fairly cropped, but Caitlin recommended only 2 of the pattern repeats in the body and then the finish off. And when I did that, I felt that was a little too short. So I did a 3rd repeat and then the bind off. And I had 2 skeins of this, and I believe there are 395 yards in 1 skein of Cicero.
I think there's less than that. It's a little bit less than that.
Is it less? Maybe 350? That's what I have left, friends. This right there, this teeny tiny little ball. Now, obviously my scale lies a little bit, because had I known I was going to have that would have been a couple of more rows that I could have put into the sleeves, but it's okay. I'm really, really happy with it. And I can't wait to wear it. I have a denim dress that I'm going to love wearing this with. So
did you block it?
I just spray blocked the body a little bit. I know you had mentioned that you finished something and the color ran. So I will be using a color catcher with this. This is Tides too, by the way, by Holst, the gray cream color. Okay.
Yeah, I found that I actually got quite a bit of dye came out of mine, and mine's the Hollyhock color. I've got it right here. I'm just looking for the pattern name.
This is such a pretty colorway though. It's like blue and purple. I really, really love it.
I really like that yarn. I would say, like, someone had asked what yarn weight it was. I would say it's like a sport to a light DK.
Sorry. It is a sport. It is a sport. As soon as you said that, I got thinking it's not a DK. It is listed as a sport.
I think you could work it as a light DK, because like I think some of the patterns that use it call for about a 22 stitch, and to me 22 stitch is like a DK. But it's also like, I would say, yeah, it's like a sport to a light DK. It's not a fingering. It's too thick for a fingering.
Yeah.
So here's, are you finished?
Well, I was just going to comment. There were a couple of questions about the bobettes. So the technique that I use, I do a 5-stitch bobble. And so I go in and I knit, but I don't take the yarn, or I don't pull the needle out. So then I knit through the back, through the front, through the back, through the front. I do 5 stitches. Then I just slide those 5 stitches back to my left-hand needle. I knit them one more time, and then I pass over the stitches. And then when I knit the next stitch, I make sure that I tug that yarn really tight, because I know that I've heard or read in a lot of forums that you can end up getting like a hole beside the bobble. So I make sure that I tug that yarn fairly snug. And by the time I go back in to knit that next row, everything has filled in really nicely. I have no holes, and it does give me a shapely little bobette. And I used that same technique when I did the Heartwarmer Tee by Justina Lorkowska. And I'm really happy with those bobbles as well. Okay, I'm done.
Okay, so I have finished my Amethyst Summertop by Carrie Ann Holgheim Schirmer. This is the one that I had to translate the pattern from Norwegian to English, and I used Google Translate. So for the most part, I could do most of it using the translation. I did my increases here a little bit differently, but I do like basically the front and the back is the same. So, but when you've got it on, it does, the shape of the neck, it does fall really nicely around your neckline. So these increases were done so that on one of the rows you do a knit front and back, but then on the next row you do a yarn over. So you do your knit front and back into, or like a knit purl into that yarn over, and then you just get a nice line. It looks really nice when it's on. The pattern for the sleeves was easy to follow because it was a graph, and basically the symbols on the graph were pretty much what we use here. So that was easy. And then the bottom, I can't remember what the rib was, but I knew I wanted a 1x1 twisted rib. So I just did my 1x1. What I did do, because
that's our go-to.
Yep. What I did do, because this is sometimes I find if you don't have a pattern in a yarn that's got like, not a whole lot of animal fibers, that you might get a little bit of twisting, especially in a single ply yarn, which is what this is. So I did do a purl stitch down each side just to kind of give it some definition. And then the instructions for the sleeve, I could not understand, but I knew what I wanted to do. So I just did what I wanted to do. So there is a pattern in the rib in the sleeves, in the lace. It's like there's 7 stitches, and then there's some purl stitches in between. So what I did, I had 7 stitches. So I knew I could break that down into knit, purl, knit, purl, knit, purl, knit. And then the 2 purls together, I just purled together as 1 stitch so that I could end up with knit 1, purl 1, ribbing. And then I knew it would also bring in the shape of this just a little bit to make it kind of like that cap sleeve. And I really like how the cap sleeve looked. Now Ross isn't home. I have to get some pictures with it on, but my photographer's away, so I couldn't get any pictures. But I'm really really happy with it. And this is about a 22 stitch gauge. And it's the same yarn as Kelly's. Like, this yarn is just
I know. I
amazing.
can't wait to wear it.
Love it. And yeah, I definitely would get more of this. I probably have close to 40 grams left of the second ball. So I'm going to do a Sophie scarf with the stuff that I've got left. And whether I put it in my hair or tie up my pigtail or whatever, or at one point or another, even use it as a scarf, I think that'll be perfect with it. But that was a nice fun knit. It, like I said, this yarn is just a dream to work with. And this is fully blocked. So I want
to get some more when we go back to Chicago.
Yeah, it did. It didn't really, I wouldn't say it really like stretched out. Like, I did pull it a little bit into shape, but the lace really opened up nicely when you block it. So, but I did have, this color is called Hollyhock. And there was quite a bit of dye that came out of this. So that's why for you, I would be careful with your light at the top when you actually.
Yes.
So,
yes.
So, yeah. So that's my finished object. So, like I said, I really enjoyed knitting that pattern. So, and it was kind of fun to do something different and have to go back. And so when I went to I had it in my Knit Companion. So I had the original version in Norwegian because the charts turned out better when I put Google Translate into the charts. The charts were kind of all skewed. So I had both an English version and a Norwegian version in my Knit Companion while I was working on it. So, and the yarn is Malabrigo Cicero. Someone asked what the yarn was. Yeah, really nice. And I think it does come in a really nice variety of like nice.
Well, the colors are really muted.
Colors, really rich. Well, they're muted colors, like not totally bright colors, but there's just such depth in them.
There's depth. Like this has, like, it's purple and blue. And I just kept thinking about Julia the whole time I was knitting it. I can't believe she doesn't have this in her stash.
Anyway, really nice yarn.
So. It is. It's beautiful yarn to work with. And it was I really enjoyed that pattern. Yeah, I
really liked knitting the cravat too. It was a fun pattern.
It was. It held my attention the entire time. It was so much fun to do. There's something different going on with every row. Okay.
So moving on to whips.
I have some.
Okay.
Okay, we're going to see your whip list of shame, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I'm going to get mine out of the way real quick, and then you can just roll. I'll just sit here and chuckle hysterically. I have a hoe. I got my one sock finished, the Unity sock by
I'll see if they're on.
Tina. No, not Tina. I thought I had a banner for it.
Yeah, I'll find it. You keep talking.
So Nina Tanscannon, that's who it's by. And I could not be happier with this pattern. This is beautiful yarn. So this is the Roots and Rain Trillium sock, which is a limited edition. I've already got the second one cast on, but this, I have a spare needle coming out of the bag too. Hold on a minute here. Get out of my way. This yarn is so beautiful, and it's dyed using indigo. So I do get a little bit of blue finger when I work with it, but I'm like, who would think that you could get such beautiful stitch definition from such a fat, plump yarn? And it's just airy and soft. Donna dyes beautiful yarn. And like, after knitting a sock, I still this is still a massive skein. I feel like I've not made a dent in it yet. And this was a fun pattern. It was easily memorizable. And now I got myself in a wee bit of hot water over it, because this pattern was in the 52 Weeks of Socks pattern book. And I had mentioned that you could get it on Ravelry as well. Well, I'm a little wrong there. You can't actually purchase it on Ravelry. It's on Ravelry, but I think that's just so that if you have the project and you've made the project, they've put the pattern on there so that you can list it in your project list. However, the pattern is not purchasable on Ravelry. So if you want to purchase it, and it's a beautiful pattern, this would be more like a sport weight yarn, even though it is classified as a fingering sock yarn. She does say on the label that it's sport weight. So if you're looking for a pattern or a light DK, this would work really well. So you would have to get the book, 52 Weeks of Socks. I know a lot of little local yarn stores have the book, and I'm pretty confident that you could get it on Amazon as well. Although
you can get that, there's a soft cover version that's available through Amazon.
Okay, there you go.
But yeah, I think it's on Ravelry, because when a pattern book's out, the pattern book is put on there and you can see all of the patterns that are in a specific pattern book, but it doesn't necessarily mean that all of those patterns are available individually. And sometimes there are some kind of agreements made with the designers that the pattern belongs to the book for a specific period of time. And then it's up to the designer whether they want to offer it as a single pattern after that fact. So I have Sarah here telling me that she spun up 2 braids to singles yesterday. She was motivated by Tour de Fleece. Well, during Tour de France, people do Tour de Fleece. I have not spun. I'm actually debating bringing my spinning wheel to the cottage too, because why not? Anyway, that's awesome, Sarah. I can't wait to see it. So, but they're not horrible. You did it.
Bobette says that this sock pattern is popular right now. Well, I didn't realize it was popular because we looked for quite a while to try to find me a sock pattern that I could knit that yarn up into.
Well, yeah, because there's definitely a lot more patterns available for fingering weight yarn than there is for thicker weight yarn.
Yeah, and I really wanted something that was patterned because the yarn is so beautiful.
Yeah. So anyway, I have a sock dilemma again. Okay, so this hasn't gotten any bigger, but I got Jacqueline to try it on, and it's too small for her.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I have to decide whether or not I want to rip it all back. It fits me. So do I just finish them and keep them for myself, but then I'll have to order more yarn? So I haven't decided. I mean, I really like it, and I really like the color, and I really like the pattern, and it fits me, and I've already done that much on it. Do I really want to rip it back?
No, you don't. I'd say you've just gotten yourself a new pair of socks.
I know, but then that just puts the Christmas sock knitting that much farther behind again.
It's only a half a sock behind because you don't have a timeline now to finish that one.
That's true, but I want it done though. But anyways, we'll see. We'll see. I'm probably going to finish it for me because I do like the sock, and I can just see what December is going to be like this year. It's going to be like, I can't do anything. I have to knit socks.
This is going to be another year.
Well, that's a good idea. Bruno said use them for wrist warmers.
Oh, that would be nice.
Check that out and just see. Yeah, because
this is going to be another year of Noelle going, Kelly, never let me get in this predicament again.
I know. Anyway, okay. So last week I had all these intentions that I was actually going to do the arms of my Glacier Ridge sweater, which is knit in the Roots and Rain yarn. Didn't touch it. So I've got that sweater there. It's completely done. Just needs sleeves, and they're just stocking stitch sleeves. So that would be super easy to do. So didn't touch it. Okay. And then I did do some more on this one. So this is my Calypso. This is Calypso by Black Cat Knitting Company. I think it is.
Oh, look.
It's Calypso by Black Cat Knitting Company, which is Alana, who owns Lupine in Auckland, New Zealand. I completely finished the one ball of the Kathmandu by Queensland. So, and that's pretty far from one skein of yarn. So
I really like that
again,
yarn.
though.
It's not tweed, but
it's so soft. It's got a cashmere component in it. It's got a silk component in it. I think it's merino cashmere silk. It just feels like amazing. So that's one skein of spin cycle up at the top. So basically I got the really fun part done, and now I'm just at the round and round stocking stitch. And again,
yes.
And again, the sleeves are the same, right? Just the round and round stockingette. So I got to work on that one. Then when I was asked about my Paul Clay sweater, well, I had to get that out. So here is this. So this is the Paul Clay by Midori Heroes. And my top is done with leftovers
All the fun
from
stuff
my
is
Marie
done.
Wallen kit, the Primrose yarn. All the fun stuff is done. I think I've got a few more rounds to do before I split for the sleeves. And the other yarn in it is Ravelry yarn, which feels amazing. The whole thing is amazing. But again, the fun part's done. I just got to just gotta get back to it. And then I did show this last week, and I have done some more knitting on this because I took it to the coffee shop. So this is my Starry Night by Beth McDonald Stone. This is a test knit, and Beth did say, because I had said last week how I would like to change this into a dress, yes. And Beth said that was fine. That was amazing. So I am doing that, but again, it's just round and round stockinette. My red yarn is Venetian. It's Holst Garn Super Soft, which I have
lots of.
Definitely enough to make it into a dress. And then the top is the Holst Garn Titicaca held with a strand of the Lang yarn paillettes to give, it's probably hard to see them in there, but it's like little gold sequins in it. So all I'm doing now is as I go down, I'm going to be making an A-line shape. So about every 1.5 to 2 inches, I'm just increasing along the sides until I get it to the width I want. So I don't usually wear dresses with tights too long. So it's probably only going to come to maybe about mid-thigh, which for other people might just be a sweater.
A long sweater, a tunic.
Anyway, but again, this is just like round and round. So but the fun part's done.
We were talking about this at the coffee shop on Saturday, and I said to Noelle, I said, you'll probably have to wear a slip under it because, you know, the sweater is going to stick to your tights. And
don't tell them what I
said. I'm going to tell. If you're going to drive the bus, I'm going to roll you under it. So anyway, she goes, I don't care. She goes, I have a cute butt.
Okay. I did say that. I was just joking. Anyway, okay.
It does. So, sweaters do stick to tights though. So you might actually have to.
I might have to.
A slip under it. Yeah.
I'll wear my bike shorts underneath.
There you go. Yeah.
Okay. So then, of course I've got all those things to do, but what did I do? I cast on a new sweater.
Cast on a new sweater. Why not?
So this is what I cast on.
Which is the Alpine Bloom.
This is the Alpine Bloom by Caitlin Hunter. And I just couldn't put it down. Just couldn't put it down. So this is done in Momonoke. It is their merino silk ramie blend. So this is a yarn that I got at the Knitting Loft in Toronto. The color, I can't pronounce it. It's Raikou or something. Anyway, it's like that kind of, it's kind of like a toned down kind of chartreusey green.
It's very pretty.
What I put in as the flowers is what is it?
Champagne.
Champagne, and this color is called Mad Monday. But it's just like I just love the colors in it. It's just,
and I'm so shocked by that you would have done color work with that yarn because it doesn't seem like it's not a traditional yarn that somebody would think to do color work with.
Oh, but it's like, it like just worked up amazing, and it looks like what like bloom should look like. There's just like these little hints of color in it. There's like
beautiful.
Fuchsia pink. There's a little bit of the green in it, and this pattern is so much fun to knit. Just like like I said, it's addictive. So again, I've finished the yoke. I've separated. So now I've just got round and round, boring round and round. So I'm not going to start another sweater until that wheat one.
Okay, you heard it here.
Till the wheat one comes out.
Okay,
I think everybody is that in there.
Everybody is waiting with bated breath for that one to come out, and I think there's going to be.
I think I read it was
people
like
jumping on that right away.
It was like 2 weeks, so I'll have to see what I can get done in this pile of, and that's not even. I have other ones too. Those are the only ones that I've got around me at the moment. But
yes.
You guys, this is so much fun.
Yeah, it's beautiful. It's absolutely beautiful.
So, I love doing color work like this. I don't know why I don't get my Buracal out and finish it because it's round and round color work. But this is nice when you've only got 2 colors and the yarn does the work for you.
Yes. Yeah. Absolutely.
Right. Because I don't have to keep switching colors here. And this yarn absolutely feels amazing in it. Like it's, Yeah, it's not the typical yarn you would think of, but this yarn is a silk mohair, and then my background yarn also has the silk in it, and I just really like how the silk looks
Yes.
on that background. And I mean, it filled in really nicely. And I mean,
It did.
this yarn is my new obsession over sparkles. So I might have to get some more of it. But
It's so pretty.
Anyway, gorgeous. So lots of fun. So now I've just got lots of plain round and round knitting, and I should just stop looking at Ravelry and Instagram and anything else until
I
get some.
know. It's a dangerous place. It's a slippery slope. It's a rabbit hole. It's everything everybody says.
Do we still have a picture of that wheat sweater on here? Let me take a look.
I can grab one because I know right where it is. I think it's still on my desktop.
And we don't know what the name of it's going to be, right?
The wheat sweater. I think that's what
is that what it's called?
I think so.
Like, I know, who is it by again? It's by Camilla Vad.
Yes. Oh, maybe I did.
I don't see it.
No, I did get rid of it. I cleaned it up from, I was cleaning up my desktop today. So, but yeah, it's absolutely beautiful. Everybody knows which pattern we're talking about. And I keep seeing different variations. And then Prolific Knitter did a beautiful version where she carried her strand of mohair only in the wheat motif.
Yes. Yep.
And boy, that got me thinking too. I really like that. But I love that sweater. I absolutely love it. It's going to take the knitting world.
It's the field sweater.
Oh, field sweater. Sorry. Yes.
Yeah. And that's by Camilla Vad. And the last I read, it was about 2 weeks or something for the release of it. So just either follow her on Instagram, and it'll probably be announced when it comes out, or I'm sure it'll be #1 in Ravelry when it comes out.
Absolutely.
So
right off the presses for sure. So do you have any other WIPs?
On this table right at the moment? No.
Okay, well then I'm going to talk about this one. I plan to cast these on today. I have no business casting on more socks, but I have three I have 3 doctor's appointments coming up in London. As excuse me, all follow-ups to my surgery. And I can't drive myself to them. I need a driver for those because of the tests that they're doing.
And I would have driven you if I was here, but I'm not here. So,
and you're not here.
No.
So I've got my son's taking me to one. Oh gosh, I'm sorry. Just a minute.
Okay, I'll go grab. Someone asked about my Buracal, so I'll go grab it while you're talking about that.
And coughing.
Are you okay?
Yeah. Okay, so what I thought is I will cast on more socks, only because socks are easy car driving, and all of the socks that I do have on the go right now are sock patterns that I need. I need a pattern in front of me. So what I'm going to cast on, these are for my daughter, the timber yarn socks, and I'm going to make her, even though I said I never would make them for anybody else, I'm going to make a pair of the DRK everyday socks for her because I love mine so much and they are the best fitting socks. So I'm going to cast them on in this pink. So pretty. I've had this for a while, but it's something I can knit on and not have to worry about carrying the pattern around with me. Okay.
Okay. So there's my.
Have you been working on it at all?
No, but you know what? Now that I only have boring things in it, maybe I'll get back to this.
Maybe. Yes.
But anyways, yeah, that's a good idea. I think I'll get back to it. I really do like it.
It's very nice.
Really pretty. So this is all done in Holsparn Super Soft. Yeah. So maybe this will come to the cottage with me to be my my more complicated.
Your fun knitting. Yes.
Yeah. So, and while I was over there getting that, I found another WIP. I need to finish this.
Oh yeah, I forgot all about that.
I know it's an Isabel Kramer pattern. I didn't look up the pattern. I can't remember the name of the pattern, but it is. It just needs sleeves. It's like gorgeous. It just needs sleeves and to be blocked, and it's a nice cotton merino blend. So it would actually be nice for like cooler evenings. So yeah, so I'm not going to cast on any more sweaters until the field sweater comes out in 2 weeks. So we'll see if I can get anything finished by then. So
Emily wants to know, she said she was finally able to get her hands on some 9 inches and she's wondering what size is best for me. My favorite is the 2.25 and I like the Haya steel, not the sharps. And that's my favorite 9-inch. But I know that these, for instance, this is on a 2.75 and still very comfortable. So I don't know. There's, but 2.25 is the general needle that I use to make all of my socks in a fingering weight.
Yeah, that's right. Jan said Ela. That's right. It's the Ela by Isabel Kramer. And that yarn is Robinson by Durera Natura. So, and Isabel says she feels guilty because I showed my Burakel. Well, now that I showed it, hopefully I'll actually start working on it.
Bobette says she was in the hospital for a procedure last week, so she brought socks. And then the nurse had the nerve to put some kind of monitor on one of her fingers. It was tough, but she managed to knit through.
The things we do,
we do, how we accommodate, right?
So,
very good.
Lauren said Acme Fibers is having a sale right now.
Oh, yes. And thank you, Lauren. Note to Kelly, because they were out of my 2.25s for a while. And I was running out of needles to put them on. So I noticed that they finally came in.
Isabel, I'm double dog daring you to finish that Burakel by the mini meetup.
Oh, no.
That means I have to get that.
That means you have to finish yours too, right?
I know. But that'll motivate me if there's a contest involved. So.
Okay. And Lynn is wanting to know, what was the reason I said I would never knit the DRK everyday socks for anyone else? Only because it's an entire sock of ribbing. So all of that purling. So it took me a while to make the socks. I love the pattern. They are one of my favorite pairs of socks. It's just that they seem to take me a long time to do. And I said, well, I'll never gift knit this pattern, but here I am gift knitting because I know how much my daughter will enjoy the socks, but it's a beautiful pattern. Fits really well.
Isabel says, if you must fail big.
There you go.
Anyways, I thought I was going to get it done, so I'm really going to try and get it done. So anyway. So
all right.
Oh, did you buy anything?
No. But I got something.
Oh, did you? Okay. What did you get?
I got a beautiful bag. Do you have yours too?
I do.
We got beautiful bags. Oh, turn it around the right way.
Yeah.
Absolutely beautiful bags. And these are from Lisa.
Yes.
In New Zealand.
Unwind and Knit. And these bags are, she gets them made in South Africa. I believe it's a mother and daughter team. And mine is in this really bright pink color. Now this pink color in this design, there's no more pink left. When I looked on her website last, there was still, I believe, a couple of the other colors, but she's gotten some new ones in now, but they're not lined with the fabric, the shui fabric, but they're still beautiful bags. So she does have some bags in her shop right at the moment. So she does have some in the colors and she does have some in the naturals. And she kindly gifted Kelly and I also the little notions pouches that go along with it. So kind. And it's just an absolutely gorgeous.
We cannot tell you how beautiful they feel. They just,
they do. And the smell of the leather. And
and it has a split pocket at the back. This one's actually big enough even for my iPad at the front. Yeah. And this one is a bucket bag shape.
Yep.
So you can just pop it down on the ground. One is
basically
and knit right out of it. It's got all of the beautiful pockets inside. It was very unexpected, very appreciated. We were just overwhelmed.
So, and we're thrilled. Lisa is coming to Canada next year, and we hope to be able to get together it'll be Knit City, Toronto.
Knit City, Toronto.
So we're really looking forward to that. And this is they're gorgeous. So I will link her shop in the show notes and go and take a look. She's got beautiful yarn, beautiful bags, beautiful notions. Yeah, so just take a look. And like I said, it's almost too pretty to put knitting in. No, nothing's too pretty to put
Nothing's
knitting
too pretty for knitting.
But think of the nice pink yarn that would go in this.
I know.
So,
and Marianne says that she has the same one as me.
Yeah.
She just loves it.
Gorgeous.
So beautiful.
So.
And it's perfectly my color too.
Well, and this couldn't be more perfect.
I know. So kind. Thank you, Lisa.
Yeah, thank you so much, Lisa.
Overwhelmed.
So
kind.
Okay. All right. And I did get a couple of skeins of yarn.
Oh, did you now?
Well, I got these last week, but then I forgot them at Jacqueline's, remember? Yes. So when I went to Little Red Mitten
more than a few. I think you got more than a few.
I did get. So they had a sale on some of the yarns. So I got a couple of skeins of this. This is Sweet Georgia Tough Love Sock. This color is called Pineapple, although it's really more, to me, it's more orangey than pineapple. But anyway, I got those. And then I got this one. And this is called Rose Day. This is Tough Love Sock as well. But I thought together they would make a really nice
I like that.
Friday tee. So in the bright orange, but then with the stripes all done in kind of like a little bit of variegated yarn. So I thought that was really pretty. And then they also, this skein, because of the color of it, and I think the Tough Love Sock makes amazing socks. So
it does.
This is
the workhorse yarn.
A skein of brown sugar. So I just thought that would make some really nice textured socks. And then they had a skein of the Leo and Roxy. This is Hey Girl. And this is their MCS sock. So it's merino cashmere silk. So it feels amazing. I don't know what I'm going to do with it, but I absolutely love this color.
Very nice.
So, and that's it. And then this is the yarn. This is the Momonoki yarn that I'm using in my Alpine Bloom. So here's the color that I couldn't pronounce before. It's called Raikou. But yeah, this yarn is a Rami silk blend, and it is 60% non-superwash wool, 20% silk, and 20% Rami. And 100 grams has 425 meters. So really good yardage in it. And it feels like, like you can feel more of the Rami and the silk in it than you can the wool. So it is a really nice blend. So.
Joanne is asking if we know the dates for Knit City, Toronto. I don't know what the date is, but it's the May long weekend. It's the May long weekend.
The Canada May long weekend.
Yes, the Canadian May long.
Yeah.
Which is always right around the 24th of May.
So, and if you can go, it's well worth going.
Yeah, it's a lot of fun. They put on a good show, a good festival.
Yep. Okay, so we should say that we won't be here next week.
We won't.
No, because I will be away, and the cottage that I'm at doesn't have amazing internet. So, I mean, if they warn you beforehand, it's not going to be good.
Yeah.
So, but anyway, so that's next week, but then we will be back the following week. So, and there's the dates for Toronto next year, May 17th to the 19th. Yeah. So
I've been working on something. Okay. So what I'm trying to do is, I'm trying to get something up so that you have something to watch next week. I am teaching myself a new, software program to edit our podcasts. So I'm hopeful that I still have all of this footage from Kawartha, and we had a great weekend. Yep. So I'm hopeful that I can get that together and have that up for you for next week so that, you have something to watch on a Tuesday evening or at any time that you enjoy watching it. But we'll see how that goes. It's a learning curve, and I'm an old dog. It's like learning a new trick. But the thing is, I don't want to put it off because I think eventually I know that I'm going to have to dive in and make this transition anyway. So I'm trying to just jump in both feet and do it. So I'm getting there. So I'm hoping to have it done and uploaded so that you'll have something. But We will miss you too, for sure. We will. We will miss
I'm
being here on
hoping to
Tuesday
actually
night.
see whatever yarn shops are in the area and go in and take a little video and maybe talk to some of the owners. And because I know there's I don't know if I'll get to the I don't know. I'll have to research what's in the area and see if there's anything that I have a chance to stop at, if I can talk Ross into stopping at them. so we'll see. But okay, so we kind of discussed our make-alongs in the beginning when we were giving out prizes. So it's the same 3 that are going on. There's our Smash That Stash, the sock knit-along, and the Burra Cowell one, which is the Marie Wallen one, which we were talking about. So it's a Marie Wallen or a Susan Crawford. Next time we're back, there's not any deadlines in there for the next couple of weeks anyway, because we just finished a quarter. So we'll go into them in a little bit more detail on the next one. Hopefully I won't have a whole lot of starts to show you next time, and maybe a few finishes.
Yes, maybe.
So maybe we'll work on it. So yeah, so I hope everybody has a great next 2 weeks. And
if you're heading out to see fireworks tonight for the 4th of July, I hope you have a good time.
Yeah, enjoy. So, and Kelly, you can cast on some new things.
I can, absolutely. Yeah. Well, I should finish some things too, though. But I need to get a couple of sweaters on needles too. And like I said, I'll have some knitting time this week for socks. So.
Yep.
Yeah.
So.
Okay. So remember, if you have any questions, email us at the knitsandpiecespodcast@gmail.com. Show notes will be up tomorrow from anything that we talked about tonight.
Yep. Do I have to put all those whips on there that I showed now?
Yeah, absolutely. They all have to go on your whip list. I can't be the only one up there with a whip list of shame.
Show notes now. Okay. Okay. Take care, everybody, and happy birthday, Mary. And I think there was someone else whose birthday it was. I think I saw it was Christy, maybe. So happy birthday, Christy. Hope everybody has a great couple of weeks. Enjoy your summer, and we will talk to you soon. Happy knitting.